Welcome to PBI Radio. It's Chris Guns, and my guest today could put the lights out at any given time. We're talking about one-time Keith Thurman. He's hard at work, I'm sure, training for his fight coming up on November 24th against former WBO welterweight champion Carlos Quintana. It's going to be youth versus experience, and let's see if Keith Thurman is ready for this big day. Let's get Keith on the line. Keith Thurman, November 24th, you and former WBO welterweight champion Carlos Quintana are going to get it on. I'm excited about this one. What are you thinking we're going to see in the ring November 24th?
I'm open action, man. I have something to prove. He has something to prove. I believe, whoever is the victor out of this fight is going to set themselves up for, obviously, an even bigger fight. And that makes me really excited, considering where I'm at in my career. I'm up and coming. I'm trying to make a statement. I took the fight because Carlos is a well-respected fighter, and I told my manager I want to fight people that they respect. I want to challenge. I want to get my stripes in the world of boxing.
Yeah, and Carlos has been there. He only suffered defeats from the very best. He defeated Paul Williams. He shook him up many times. Paul Williams respects Carlos Quintana to this day. You can ask him. If you look at his record, he lost his first fight against Miguel Cotto back in 2006. Both were unbeaten. He was defeated in that Williams rematch, and whether Andre Berto likes it or not, what he accomplished so far will always be under suspicion until he proves that he really has it. What do you have to say about Carlos Quintana, and do you consider him a big threat?
It's weird, man. I consider him like obviously a top contender.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he's one of those fighters that you just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
When it comes to him performing, you don't know what you're going to get. Everybody knows that the world of boxing is a lot different from any other sport,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes fighters take fights on short notices. Sometimes people underestimate their opponent. They slack off in their training camp. And all that stuff can affect their overall performance, when they have to step into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just not going to do what Paul Williams did on the first fight, which is underestimate Carlos Quintana. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to showcase my skills and my talent. And I'm going to show him that, there's a reason why, this fight happened. And I believe that I can win. I believe it's going to end in some form of a KO, TKO victory.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel really confident, man. I hope he does show me something pretty decent. I hope it's not as easy as my first HBO appearance. I really like challenges in the ring, man. I'm an undefeated fighter, but I'm not afraid to lose, man. I'm here to bring excitement into the world of boxing. I'm ready to fight the best at all times. I just want to make good fights for the fans. I want to make good fights happen, and I believe that this is a good fight.
Yeah, you've never fell so far. Do you feel like he's been respecting you, and do you feel like he may be overlooking you?
I don't really know personally. There's not too much out there. He's never really lost to a prospect.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in that sense, I think he feels confident.
Yeah.
Considering his 3 losses come from world champions or ex-world champions. And, but in my heart, I desire to be a champion. And come the 24th, I plan on proving that.
You definitely don't sound like you're underestimating or overestimating. You're trying to stay realistic. Do you worry that he may have more experience than you? And I think you only fought 37 rounds in your career. How do you prepare for the later rounds with a veteran like that with so many skills?
You train hard, man. You put the work in the gym,
Mm-hmm.
My original trainer used to have a saying: if you do your homework, you pass the test.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure you put in the work, and then you should have a decent night.
Are you looking to make a statement by maybe stopping Carlos?
Most definitely. You know, a lot of times, if a fighter's been stopped in their career before, I like to do it faster than whoever did it. But Mr. Paul Williams did it in round one. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to mirror it or make it happen any sooner. But, you know, the nickname is one time, and we're looking for that knockout all the time. So,
yeah. Tell me about training camp. You train with Dan Birmingham, who's known as one of the great trainers. He trained Winky Wright. He's been here before. Why do you trust Dan Birmingham so much? And you mentioned Ben Getty. How did you get so close to Dan Birmingham after Ben Getty passed away? I think it was 2009 he passed away.
Well, what happened was I've been in Dan's gym ever since I was 14 years old. Mm-hmm. Dan gave Ben a call because he needed help with his amateur program, and he knew that Ben had me and was doing a lot in the amateur ranks. So it was really like, you know, one of those universal moments where, like, you know, it's just right. You know, it just fit in like a piece of a puzzle. We had no gym at the time when Ben got that phone call. And ever since then, man, I've been a part of St. Pete Boxing with Dan Birmingham. He's been working with the mitts on me ever since I was an amateur, and he was in my corner as my as one of the seconds at the beginning of my professional career. So me and Dan have had a long relationship with one another, so it was only natural when Ben passed away that he take his space.
Yeah, it was an effortless thing, I guess. Of course, Dan trained Winky Wright. He was one of the greatest southpaws of the last 20 years. Do you spar with Winky, or did you ever?
Oh, plenty of times, man. Plenty.
Do you think that's all you needed to prepare for a southpaw? Because when you talk about Carlos Quintana, we didn't, all the skills he has, you still have to get past the fact that he is a southpaw too. What do you think prepared you for fighting a southpaw with that kind of skill level?
You know, prior knowledge of fighting with southpaws, and just, you know, there's a formula. And at the end of the day, everything comes down to distance and timing. And, you know, I'm the younger fighter. I believe I should be a little faster on my feet than him. And hopefully my counters come through.
Mm-hmm. And this fight is at junior middleweight. You said before, even after your last fight I talked to you, you said that you felt comfortable at 147. What made you change your mind?
Nothing, man. It's a good fight, like I said. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be a part of good fights, man. I'm not trying to really duck and dodge nobody. I just want good fights, and I want to get up in the ranks. You know, he holds a good spot, and I hope to take it. He desires a title shot. One of the main reasons why he took the fight, I guess, is because the money was right, and he wants to stay active. At his age, and because of how he's been performing this year, he wants to stay active and keep moving. And so pretty much in his eyes, he wants to get through me and get the title shot that he really desires.
Mm-hmm. And this is a huge fight coming up, but you have to take your mind off it sometimes. I heard you were into philosophy. If so, tell me what kind of philosophy inspires you?
Almost any, man. You know, just stay thinking, man. Always use your head at all times. You know, you gotta question things here and there. Don't take anything that anyone just says, you know, but use your brain, and, you know, carry on whatever feels good to you in your life, whatever you can relate to, you know. You know, I'm a lot about just positive energy, you know, whatever feels right to you, you know, to each their own. Everyone has their own opinions. Everyone's not going to agree on every topic, you know, and just, you know, just live life, love, things like that. You know, a lot of people, some people I meet, they say, oh, well, I'm a lover, not a fighter. And I tell them, well, I'm a fighter and a lover, you know. It's just like a yin-yang thing.
Yeah. And you play the guitar. There's a lot of different ways to play guitar. What kind of music do you play on yours? You look like Slash a little.
I haven't been able to hit the level that I really want to with guitar, to be honest. But I play around with blues, a little bit of reggae, I like to incorporate some jazz here soon, but man, jazz is crazy. And you know, there's a few songs that I got in my back pocket. You know, Wish You Were Here. And you know how to play Stairways to Heaven. I forgot part of it. You know, I just play whatever, man. Sometimes a lot of old school rock, alternative. It all depends, man. Like if I hear something and it sounds good, I might pick it up. You know.
Yeah. So it sounds like you have a broad interest. It's a hot division. 154 is a hot division. Floyd Mayweather holds the title there. There's other big fights coming up in the near future. 1 week from tomorrow, you have Erislandy Lara and Vanes Martirosyan fight. Who do you like in that fight?
Say that again. Who's fighting?
Erislandy Lara and Vanes Martirosyan.
I don't really know. I know a little bit of Lara. I don't know much about the opponent, so I don't have a lot to say on that one.
Well, it's going to be a good one. And then a week later we have.
Be honest, man, I don't watch too much boxing, man. I live it, you know.
Yeah.
I do my research afterwards. You know, if a fight's a good fight, I might check it out. But because you never know how people are going to perform, I'm not going to spend my Friday night in front of a television.
And a week after your fight, you got Miguel Cotto fighting at the Garden against Austin Trout. What do you think about that one?
That's interesting, man. I think Austin Trout fights a whole lot like an amateur. He boxes, moves. He's timid. I think he's a little afraid to mix it up sometimes, and you know, really go in for the kill. Cotto, as long as he can stay pressure and stay, you know, have good defense, I think it should be a pretty. My favorite Cotto in the fight easily.
Yeah, and what do you think of Canelo Alvarez?
I think they've picked his fights wisely, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
The last fight was pretty much not even a fight, you know? If they come after me, if I get a phone call, I'll most likely accept it, man. I really like Canelo, man. Like I said, man, I'm always looking for a challenge inside of the ring. He's young, he's strong, and I would love to get in there and mix it up with him one day.
We'd like to see it. Good luck to you on November 24th against Carlos Quintana. Keith Thurman, appreciate your time, man.
Thank you.